right, latest updates from the Australian Open as two more cases of COVID-19 has been reported in the camp right there as we count down to the first Grand Slam of the season right there in tennis. We'll talk about that this morning, and now that activity is shaping up the build-up to the start of the first Grand Slam of the year. We'll also touch down golf this morning, where big news coming in from the camp of Tiger Woods as the man's season will be placed on hold after undergoing a fifth back surgery right there. Of course, we'll talk about how things are turning out right there. Of course, we'll also touch down football as always and look at what is happening after the Nigerian under-17 national team finished in second place at the Waffle B tournament right there. Guess what? Some persons are putting a very huge word of criticism against the Nigerian Football Federation and how the team performed right there. Of course, in European scene, plenty of drama last night as Leicester City heaped more cause for worry for Chelsea last night in the EPL. 2-0 was the final scoreline, and guess what? Leicester City are on top of the table as we speak. All of these and so much more in the port for you this morning. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. As always, this is the time where we talk sports just the way you like it, dishing out big-time sporting stories right here on your award-winning station, Rize 106.7 FM. My name is James Iboku. Yes, you know me as the goal poacher because I score goals for fun, and of course, this morning will be no exception. Are you ready? I am ready. This is Sport Rize. As always, the show is never complete without you guys coming through with your thoughts. So we'd like to hear from you this morning, what you make of all the stories that are trending. Of course, on our social media platform, we're live there for you. Just go to Facebook, facebook.com/Rize FM Radio. Go there and drop your comment right there. Share with us what you make of the latest stories making the round this morning. And tell us your high point of the weekend right there. Let's hear from you this morning. Go to our Facebook page, it's facebook.com/Rize FM Radio. And of course, remember, you can also reach us online. You can listen to Rize FM Radio online. It is www.rizefm.listentomyradio.com. That is www.rizefm.listentomyradio.com. All right, we'll start talking sport this morning from tennis, and of course we're counting down to February the 8th, 2021, where the first Grand Slam of the season will be well on the way. And guess what? Reports coming in this morning, not the best that we would want to hear concerning the build-up to this one. Remember that the athletes right there, the tennis stars in isolation, have been complaining about the kind of conditions they have to contend with right there, especially in terms of lacking match practice going into a major tournament. But guess what? The organizers have mentioned that this is very, very imperative because they have to quarantine to reduce the number of cases right there concerning COVID-19. But this morning, another news coming in says that the two more Australian Open tennis players have tested positive for COVID-19 after arriving in Melbourne, and this is coming in from the health officials right there in the state. It comes after a player was believed to have tested positive on Sunday and growing controversy over the event. Now, one more non-playing participant also has COVID, bringing the overall total linked to the Open to 7, including a flight attendant. Now, some 1,200 people have flown in for the tournament, which begins on the 8th of February 2021. Now, Victorian Chief Health Officer Brett Sutton said in a statement that the latest 3 positive tests of 2 players and the non-participants were of a woman in her 20s and 2 men in their 30s, all of whom were in hotel quarantine. But there was confusion when Tennis Australia disputed the latest announcement. Chief Executive Craig Tilly also said no player had tested positive at all, only those in their entourages. He said no player were in their midi hotel to which people are transferred if they test positive were in hotel quarantine. So conflicting reports coming in right there, but they have mentioned that they'll continue to monitor and watch this space right there, and they've also said that it's very important for them to keep things on the check right there, especially as it concerns trying to follow all the health and safety protocols right there concerning COVID-19, and they will do their best to ensure that they keep the cases as limited as possible and ensure that we can have a very wonderful time right there for that Australian Open. Remember that this was the main reason why the games was postponed from January to the 8th of February. And of course, we'll continue to watch that space and see how things will work out right there in the Australian Open. All right, let's turn away from tennis this morning and touch down golf. A big story making the round this morning from golf, and it has to do with the 15-time major winner. Talking about Tiger Woods. Not really the best of news this morning from the camp of Tiger Woods, because it's just been confirmed that his season would have to be placed on hold after having back surgery for the 5th time now in his career. And the 15-time major winner last played at the PNC Championship in December, where he felt discomfort in his back. A statement on his social media channel said that he has a procedure to remove a protrude disc fragment that was pinching his nerve. Now, doctors said that the surgery was successful, but Tiger Woods will miss a number of PGA events. In fact, he said, and I quote, "I look forward to begin training and I'm focused on getting back out on tour." End of quote right from Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods will miss the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines from 28th to 31st of January. But while he will not play in the Genesis Invitational from 18th to 21st of February either, he will still fulfill his role as tournament host. So he will be there, more like a special guest in attendance right there. But between August 2015 and December 2017, remember that Woods played in just one PGA Tour event as he was suffering with a back complaint. He had spinal fusion surgery in 2017, and after playing 18 PGA Tour events in 2018, he claimed his 15th major title victory at the 2019 Masters. But then he went on to also win the Zozo Championship to equal Sam Snead's record of 82 victories on the PGA Tour. And of course, he ended the 2019 6th in golf's world rankings, but he's now 44th. And of course, one of the major reasons for that is a little participation in some of these major activities right there in golf. And right now, he'll be missing out again in action for some time because of this latest back issues right there. So we wish him the very best, and of course, we hope that, of course, this would come true, and we wish him full recovery right there from that one. The 5th time he's undergoing back surgery. This has caused him so many worries right there. But let's hope that this time around it will come true and good for him. All right, still talking other activities around other sport this morning. Let's turn our attention away from golf and touch down the slam and dunk game of NBA. The regular season is still very much ongoing as we speak, and big results also coming in this morning. I'll tell you that Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors have finished with 26 points as the Golden State Warriors defeated the Los Angeles Lakers, the defending champions, by 115 to 113 to end their 5-game winning streak. Now, Steph Curry has scored a 3-pointer with 1 minute and 7 seconds left before Lakers LeBron James missed a 3-pointer at the horn. Now, Kevin Durant scored a key late 3-pointer in his 30 points as the Brooklyn Nets beat Milwaukee Bucks 125 to 123. Remember that Kevin Durant used to be on the plate of the Golden State Warriors, but of course, before the start of the season, he made a switch away from the Golden State Warriors to the Brooklyn Nets, and he's been an impeccable form right there, helping the team get results. And it was to be again for them yesterday. 125 to 123 was the final scoreline. James Harden, also with the Brooklyn Nets, scored 34 points and he became the first net player to score 30 points in his first 2 games. Can you beat that? Good record right there for James Harden. And of course, let's also tell you that NBA's most valuable player in 2018. You remember he joined the Nets from the Houston Rockets last week as part of a 4-team deal, and that trade saw Rockets acquire Victor Oladipo from the Indiana Pacers as he scored 32 points on his team debut at the Chicago Bulls, but the host ran out 125 to 120 winners with Zach LaVine scoring 33 points in that one. Elsewhere, Bam Adebayo produced his 5th double-double of the season with 28 points and 11 rebounds to help the Miami Heat without 4 key players because of COVID-19 protocol, but they won that game 113 to 107 over over the Detroit Pistons. And of course, in other games that were played yesterday, Kyle Lowry scored 23 points as the Toronto Raptors won 116 to 93 points to hand the Dallas Mavericks their third straight defeat of the campaign. And of course, this is the first time this season that the Raptors are playing at a temporary home in Tampa due to COVID-19 restrictions in Canada, have won 3 in a row. While for the Washington Wizards, the game between the Washington Wizards and the Charlotte Hornets is scheduled to go down today. That game is now postponed after 6 players tested positive for COVID-19. So, of course, a new date for that game will be announced right there in the NBA. Alright, we'll turn our attention away now from all the sports. It's time for us to touch down football. Tell you latest stories are coming in from football, especially right here from the home front and of course from the European scene. But first off, let's start off from Nigeria and tell you what is happening right. But remember, and that you can always go to our Facebook page and leave us a comment right there. It's facebook.com/Rize FM Radio. That is facebook.com/Rize FM Radio. Please go there, drop your comment and share with us what you make of all the activities that we tracked yesterday in the world of sports. Alright, it's no news anymore. The Nigerian under-17 national team, the Golden Eaglets, have finished in second place at the Waffle B tourney in Lome. And of course, they also qualified for the under-17 African Cup of Nations in Morocco later on this year. But former FIFA and CAF instructor Adegboye Onigbide, remember, he used to be one-time Super Eagles gaffer right there, helping the team to the 2002 FIFA World Cup right there. But this morning is out with some strong words for the Nigerian Football Federation. In fact, he has categorically blamed the NFF for the Golden Eagles' failure to defend their title at the just concluded Waffle B tournament in Togo. I remember that the Golden Eaglets lost that game by 3-2 to the Baby Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire in the final on Monday. Onigbinde identified lack of proper football development program as a major factor hindering soccer development right here in the country. The former Super Eagles gaffer commended the Golden Eaglets for their display in the competition, but noted that their best wasn't good enough to remain on top. Of course, he said that the team deliberately allowed 3 goals to be scored against them before coming from behind to score their own 2 goals. Well, we are talking about football. Some few months ago, we the Super Eagles were leading 4-0 and the team came back to level up. Those are some of the words right there, trying to compare and contrast what is happening at a different level of Nigerian football. And of course, he has said that the Nigerian Football Federation's failure to develop football at the lowest level right there, the grassroots level, is something that is not very good at this point in time. And he says that is something that needs to be looked into if the national teams would fire from one cylinder. Alright, moving away from that this morning, let's talk about the Nigerian players and how they fared yesterday in some of the games we tracked yesterday. Well, it was good news for Nigeria's duo of Wilfred Ndidi and Kelechi Iheanacho. Of course, both players on the books of Leicester City, the EPL. They featured for Leicester City last night. Notably, Wilfred Ndidi fired from all cylinders. He scored the first of 2 goals for Leicester City last night as they defeated Chelsea by 2-0 right there at the King Power Stadium, and also move on top of the EPL standings. Yes, before kickoff, Leicester City knew that the victory last night would give them a point to move clear on top of the table to 38 points right there. And they started well on the front foot, scoring 6 minutes into the game, courtesy of Nigerian midfielder Wilfred Ndidi. And of course, James Maddison adding the second goal later on in that game. Kelechi Iheanacho was also in action for the Foxes after coming on for Jamie Vardy with 2 minutes left to go in that game. This was Ndidi's first Premier League goal in 16 months and his 3rd goal against Chelsea. It just appears that Wilfred Ndidi knows how to score against Chelsea, or more like he likes to score against Chelsea. A good one right there for him, and of course for the Foxes. So the result yesterday gives Leicester City a very good, strong statement in the title race, and according to their manager Brendan Rodgers, he believes that yes, this team has what it takes to go all the way to win a very, very challenging title this season. Of course, remember that this season so many teams have been on top of the table. Sometimes one team on top of the table this minute, the next minute another team comes on to win and of course go on top of the table. So I'll keep our fingers crossed right there, but of course we say kudos and congratulations to Leicester City for winning that one. But on the other hand, more issues and worry for Chelsea Football Club and Frank Lampard after they failed once again to win in the EPL, and not the best of time right now for Frank Lampard and Chelsea. 2-0 defeat at the hands of Leicester, putting more pressure on Frank Lampard and Chelsea to deliver results at this point, and also taking them down on the table. After the result yesterday, Chelsea are now in 8th position, one game ahead of Southampton, who are in 9th. So that means that if everybody were to play their standing, Chelsea might even be outside the top 10 right here in the EPL. So other games we saw last night, West Ham United also played against West Bromwich Albion. 2-1 was the final scoreline right there. West Brom are doing just enough to keep themselves right there, and of course to move them up to 7th position with 32 points after the opening 19 matches. Remember, at this point we are midway into the season, so it's worthy to commend the teams who have delivered, who have been able to pick maximum points in these games, because this is the business end of the season where you get to see teams grind results and struggle to maybe compete for the title, finish in the top 4 space, of course finish in European competition spots as well, or fighting for survival at the relegation end. So big things for the teams to fight for in the EPL. Of course, like I mentioned before, Leicester City is now currently on top of the table now with 38 points after 19 games, and of course in second place now is Manchester United with 37 points, though they have a game in hand. City in third place with 35 points after 17 games. Of course, they also have a game in hand. And Liverpool completed the top 4 right there with 34 points after 18 matches right there. But let's also remind you that in the FA Cup, we saw one rescheduled fixture played last night between Southampton and Shrewsbury Town. Southampton won that one free and fair. 2-0 was the final scoreline. In the La Liga, there were games played last night as well. Cadiz and Levante played a 2-2 draw. Real Valladolid leader and Elche also played a 2-2 draw, while for Deportivo Alaves they lost at home to Sevilla by 2-1. In the Bundesliga, quickly, Borussia Mönchengladbach defeated Werder Bremen by lone goal. Bayer Leverkusen defeated Borussia Dortmund by 2-1. Offenheim away from home put 3 past Hertha Berlin, 3-0 the final score. And of course Wolves also doing the business away from home against Mainz 05, 2-0 also the final score right there in that game. Alright, today there'll be games to also look forward to in the EPL as well as in the Spanish La Liga. We'll quickly look at the fixtures for tonight. In the EPL, there'll be big games for Leeds United. They'll play at home to Southampton. Manchester City would welcome Aston Villa, and of course Manchester United would travel to Fulham FC. Big games to look forward to in the EPL tonight. And in the La Liga, Getafe will welcome SD Huesca. Real Betis will be at home against Celta Vigo, and Villarreal would play at home to Granada in that game. While in the Serie A, one game will go down tonight. It will be all about Udinese against Atlanta in that particular fixture. Alright, it's still Sports Rise. You're live on Rise 106.7 FM. Still walking you through all the latest stories making the rounds from the ever exciting world of sports. Remember, like I said before from the outset, you can be a part of the show this morning. Come through with your thoughts and talk to us. Tell us what you make of all the action we saw last night. Chelsea fans, how did the market be yesterday? Well, we need to ask that, and of course, I'm sure it's not the best of times now for Chelsea, for a Chelsea fan, after that result yesterday, and even looking at the number of goals they have conceded, or the results they have been able to put together recently in the EPL. But all the same, let's hear from you. You can go to our Facebook page and talk to us. It's facebook.com/Rise FM Radio. I'll be taking your comments right about now. So looking out on Facebook now, Abdul Latif on Facebook says, good morning JB. I says this one, the table will be like this. So my mind just they blink me. Anyway, Sha, I still believe in my club United. Tonight, we're gonna do what we know how to do best, winning against the smaller clubs. And he says, hail all United fans for him. Okay, God bless. Omamode says, Lampard is a confused coach. He should be sacked. I'm a Chelsea fan. I personally told my friends that Chelsea wouldn't survive in the hands of Leicester City last night. And of course, he started an hashtag right there. He said, hashtag Lampard should go. Okay, Ogaraduku Lucky says, the season is still fresh. Anybody's a winner, really? After 19 games? All right. Ego Caleb says, good morning. Man U was on top. Old story. New story. Leicester City are top in the EPL table. Yes, that's the new story this morning. Hassan Genero says, Frank Lampard, ours, not days are numbered. Okay, he said ours, not days are numbered at Stamford Bridge. A good win for Brendan Rodgers and for Leicester City. And of course, Olivia Otete says, Kepa not good. Kepa not good. Now they go buy Kepa Pro Max. Oh, okay, come on. You have to be mad right there on Chelsea right there. I'm sure you're talking about Mendy, the new goalkeeper right there for Chelsea. All right, the phone lines are buzzing. I think I can spare 2 minutes to just take 1 or 2 calls right there to hear from you guys. Talk to me this morning. 0705 654 1067 or 0701 078 1067. Let's hear from you guys this morning. Hello there. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning to you, good coach.
Yes, good morning. Welcome on board.
What's your Lampard a good coach, but the players and nobody combine, nobody understand it too much.
Okay.
Some of them are their first season.
Okay.
So maybe they give Lampard more space because
Okay.
the pressure on Lampard now is
It's
very,
too much.
very high.
All right
So
then. Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother, for calling. Hello there. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you. Welcome. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This guy is not Joshua, no. This guy not blue again,
He not blue again. He don't red.
Don't fade. Now white time take over now. And then say, Mayu, we want to enjoy us more. But now, look at the be the rainy team now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like England football. You know, people are just one winner. But I like the way that they go like this.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right then. Thank you so much. Let's take this one. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, coach.
Good morning, my brother. Welcome. What's your name?
Aminu from Major.
Aminu.
The weather still red.
The weather red, Abi.
The sky is not blue again.
It's not blue again, no.
The sky is black yesterday now. So, which I get to say, and yesterday I supported the former hand. And they will allow the chance to top that league.
All right, Aminu, thank you so much for calling. Let's see if I can just sneak in one final call. 0705 654 1067 or 070 078 1067. Hello, good morning.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Welcome. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This fellow is actually aka the Liverpool channel. I'm calling from.
All right, go ahead quickly.
We see the people all outside that the sky is blue, but it's just an sky blue now it is for now.
Okay, now sky blue. Okay, not be the sky is blue again.
Yes, not be that sky blue again.
Okay, the blue don't fade small.
Yes.
Okay.
You can change that less time, you can change that 50, you change that, but just don't office for now.
All right, now thank you so much, my brother, for calling. Well, so much of bans this morning for Chelsea, and you can understand why. They say not turn by turn. You know, I always say this thing before. The elders used to tell me something. I always tell you guys that when you point one finger, give person. Remember, I said the other finger, they point, give you back. When I talk, they say go put out. They talk too much. All right, now we'll leave it at that this morning. We'll come back again by 4:30 p.m. We'll talk some more, and maybe we can begin to highlight some of the issues that might be responsible for this lackluster performance from the camp of Chelsea. But of course, we'll do that by 4:30 p.m. Thank you so much, guys, for always being a part of it, and of course, sharing your thoughts right here on the show. We'll do this again by 4:30 p.m. on Sport Beleke. James Iboku is my name. The goal poacher. For me, I'll say Arrivederci. Have yourself a wonderful winning Wednesday, and bye for now.